welcome to another Kiss song. I watched some video from the End of the Road tour in Vancouver, and they did this song and it really struck a chord with me. And of course I looked up the tab, which is all wrong because they have you go into a they have you tuned down and they have you go into a chord versus a note over a chord. I've written this out. The link will be below the video here so you can download my notes. What I really like about this song, again, I talked about a chord. There's a couple really good YouTube lessons on this that cover some real basic stuff. There's a good lead lesson. I'll post a link to that below the video also, so I'm not going to go into the lead. I'll do some of the lead licks, and I've written those out, but the full lead where he's doing the octaves I'll show you. But Bruce Kulick really brings it up a notch with his theory understanding, and I actually conversed with him on eBay. I was selling an ESP guitar, but unfortunately it weighed too much for him and his shoulder problems. So really cool guy. But we'll go through the song, and again, my notes will be below the video, so I hope that helps everybody. Okay, so to start the song out with, we're going to go to a B sus4. So you'll see Paul Stanley live with his fingers here, and we're going to play the open second and first string. So what we're doing is playing a B chord, second fret of the 5th string, 4th string and 3rd string at the 4th fret, and second and open again. So that's a B sus4. Then what they do is add a G note to it. So it's like playing a G chord. Okay, but we're continuing with the sus4, the B. So we're adding a G. So it's a G over B sus4, or B sus4 over G is how you properly say it. And again, if you listen to it, it's really what they're doing. And watching Paul Stanley live and even Tommy Thayer, they just don't move from this position. So I know it's right. They're not doing this according to the tab on Ultimate Guitar. Yeah, you got the G note, but you're missing everything else. So again, B sus4 to B sus4 over G. This is what a lot of the lessons miss. You'll see Paul Stanley sit there and he's playing an A6. So we're covering an A chord, all right? We're not going to play the first string, but we're playing basically an A power chord. Open 5th, 2nd fret of the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd. But we're going to add our middle finger, or keep it on the 4th fret of the 4th string. So that's an A6. All right, it's an old rock and roll thing. We're just using it as a chord here. Okay, so all the lessons online miss this. All right, so let's go through the intro to that point. So we're going from A6 to an A, all right? And we'll start over with our B sus4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go to just a plain old B power chord. All right, and then we have a little lick. And this is palm muted. We're going to start out on the 2nd fret of the 6th string, go to the 5th string, open to 2, and end up open string on the 4th string. Alright, it's basically like, when I first learned it, I was using my pinky because I was using the A here. Alright, I noticed Paul Stanley plays it in the open position. And then you're back into it again. Now, right at this point, the second time through, and very quickly after they hit that B, they're going to go to this lick. Alright, it's very quick, but what they're doing is playing 5th fret, 5th string 3 times to 4, 2, open, back to 2. All right, a lot of people just do. It's really this. All right, and then we're into the verse. Okay, so the intro lick that you hear first will come in on the second string, 15th fret, bend up, and a release, and then he's going to hit the 12th fret of the second string to 14 on the third, and end up with some vibrato and hitting 12 on 2. Alright, it's pretty quick, but that's how it goes. So I'm going to do something different. I'll show you how this sounds with the recording. Okay, the next lick goes like this. Alright, what we're doing is taking the third string at the 9th fret with a bend and a release and a pull off to 7. Then we're going to hit 9 again, all on the third string. Then we'll go to the second string at the 7th fret, back to the third string at 7 for some vibrato. It should sound like this. Next lick's extremely fast. I'll show you a couple licks that you can do instead, but it's triplets and it should sound like this. Alright, so what he's doing is back and forth, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to start out on the 7th fret of the first string to 10 on the second, back to 7 on the second string. 1, 2, 3, then we'll go back to 10, 7, second string, 9, third string. And then 7, 9, third string, 7. Alright, and then 9, 7, third string to 9 on the fourth string. So we have this all together. Count 1, 2, 3. When we hit that fourth string at 9, we're going to go down to the third string at 9, back to 7, and then hit 9 on the fourth twice. Alright, and again, it's very quick. So if that lick is too fast for you, you can do some pull-offs. So we'll hit 7. Pull off from 10 to 7 on the second string. And then what I do, again, it's not really in the lick, but it just helps with the speed, is I go up to the third string, pull off from 10, 9, 7. It's kind of a blues lick. Okay, so then we'll end up on the fourth string, and then come back to that third string at 9, 7, and 9 again. Again, it's not exactly the lick, but I'm trying to give you some options there. So, alright, let's go into the verse next. Okay, so we're going to come into the verse from that little lick. So we're coming up to an A, alright? If we played an A at the 6th root note, alright, we've got that A note. On the 4th string octave is an A, so we'll use that as a root note. So it'll be 7th fret of the 4th string, 9th fret of the 3rd string. You could add your pinky there because this is a form of D. Okay, that's an A in the D form. So we got this chord A back to G. Then they'll play G again, back to A. Now again, I've seen them do this live, and it's sometimes in the recording, but live he does it pretty much to keep time, is slide back from the A to G, and then start again. Now the second time through, and the third time through, we're going to do something a little different, okay? We're going to play a G again, and then we're going to go to a F sharp over G. So we're just moving that fourth string down to the fourth fret, keeping our third finger on the third string at 7, and you can keep your pinky there too. Back to that. Now at this point, he doesn't come back to G, he goes right to A. So we have this. And then they start again. Now, I've written this out again, the verse, they go to the G once, and the second and third time they do the G, and then the G over F sharp. So we'll do this G over F sharp again. Again, that G to A is kind of optional. In the recording, I don't hear it all the time, but occasionally. Live, they do it all the time. So that's, again, I'm trying to teach you both ways. If you watch this live, you'll understand what they're doing. We've done the A to G, then G, and back to A. Then we go to the A, G, G with the F sharp over it, back to A twice. Now to finish out the verse, we're going to go just like we began, A, G, and then back to, actually at this point we stay on G. So we have this. And then you'll hear them go. So we have 3, 4. Alright, so let me take you all through the verse so you can see how I think it's played. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and then we go back into what's basically the intro. We'll be doing our B sus4, our G over B sus4, A6 to A, and B. There'll be 4 measures of that. The second half of the measures has a lick in it. I'm not going to go over it. I'll show you real quick. Okay, so the last 2 measures have that lick, and this is kind of a fun one to play. So we're going to go up to the 4th string, sliding into the 9th fret, to the 7th fret on the 3rd string, to the 9th fret of the 3rd string. Then we hit it again and bend it up, hit it, release, and then hit it unbent. Okay, just like the singing, so you can hear the song in your head. Alright, the next part of the lick is very similar. Alright, so what we're doing, we're at the 4th string again, 9th fret, 7 to 9 on the 3rd string with a bend up, and then we'll hit 9 with a release and pull off to 7. Then we hit 9, 7 again, unbent on that 3rd string, and end up on the 4th string at 9. Alright, so let me do these 2 licks together so you can see how they fit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, now during that, you'll hear the guitar doing the, because they're going through the chords. While he's doing, if you want, and I wrote this out, it's an optional lick. So instead of doing the lick here, we're going to do it here. So again, I wrote that out. That's an optional lick if you want to do it to kind of add, if you don't have a second guitar doing that, you can do that. So let's talk about the lead guitar, the rhythm and the octaves that you hear that the rhythm does between each. Alright, we're going to take these notes, we're going to do those in octaves. So we're going to go from the second fret with the fourth fret of the fourth string. We'll just know that the fourth string is our octave. We're going to slide that to 5. Then we're going to hit the 5th fret, slide that to 10. Then we come back to that B, okay, note. So we're at 7 and 9. We'll hit that, hit it again, and slide back a full step. Then we come back and slide from that 7 and 9 all the way up to 10 and 12. Alright, so then you hear the lick, and then he goes back through this part of it. Again, I didn't figure out the solos, but that's what they're doing as far as octave parts. Now, I hear a second guitar, and I'm going to show you what he's doing in case you want to play this. I like playing this rhythm along with it rather than those octaves and resting with the lead or even playing the chords between the lead. So here's a second guitar. Rather than playing the octaves, we're going to play notes, and I'll show you what we're doing. What we're doing is we're doing the lick, and then rather than going into chords, we're going to play the 2nd fret of the 5th string twice to open and back to 2, and then open 4. And then we go into our chord, B sus4 over G, A6 to A, and then B sus4. Really more of the power chord, okay? Do that again. And then we're going to do our notes back into it. And then this point, you'll hear the rhythm get real quiet and do some staccato picking, and I'll show you that next. So just like we played the chords G and A with our 4th root note, we're going to play these chords palm muted, and we're going to be playing on the 4th to the 3rd string. We'll do the 4th twice to the 3rd string once. Again. So we have this. Then the last time we'll just do it once each. So we have this. And we move to our G. We'll do twice. Then we move back to our G, and then we're going to go to our F sharp over G. that is the song. They go back into the chorus and they do that a bunch of times in the outro, and it's fun to do that lick. I'll do a playthrough and I'll probably get knocked because I screw up, but I don't care. I'm drinking beer, I'm doing a lesson, I'm having fun, so you can refer to my playthrough for this lesson, not for my ego. God bless everybody. Enjoy.